Good.
Justin Herbert! Let's go for it! Get on that ball!
All right, welcome to the 2022 Gila River Bowl here at Florence High School. I'm Steve Miller, principal at Santan Foothills High School, and joining me tonight is Toby Haugen of Florence High School.
Good evening, Mr. Miller.
And it wouldn't be a Gila River Bowl without some technical difficulties to begin tonight.
Hey, we got it figured out. We're ready to rock.
I mean, it seems like before every game we have trouble with the video, but we got it fixed pretty quickly tonight as we see the kickoff going to Santan Foothills, picked up on a bounce, ran up the middle. About a 15-yard return on that opening kickoff, tackled at the 25-yard line. That's where Santan Foothills will begin their opening drive. And expecting a pretty good game tonight here, Mr. Haugen.
You know, we were hoping the whole season that this game would be one that's exciting. It's going to have playoff implications. If we win, we move up. If you win, you move up. It's all about going to the postseason after this.
And that's what's going to make this game really fun tonight. Last year when these two teams met, didn't have very good seasons, very limited wins. And in this Gila River Bowl right here, Santan Foothills with a record of 6-3. Florence, are you 7-2 right now? 6-3 also?
We are 8-1.
8-1.
8-1, yes.
Yeah, 8-1. So both teams having incredible seasons, bouncing back from really challenging seasons last year, and really playoff implications on the line for both teams. And we see
Sabercats run it up the middle.
And that's really an identity of the Sabercats team, is to get good blocking up front and run the ball up the middle and really make those linebackers fill the gaps.
I think that's probably a change for both teams this season. Both have become much more of a running team.
Yeah, and especially at this level, at the 3A high school football level, you have to play to your strengths. You have to find what your athletes are skilled at and really build your offense around that. Santan Foothills gets ready for the third down play. Man in motion is number 4, Eugenio Sandoval. That defensive line holds. Bring up big fourth down and a good defensive stand to start this game for the Florence Gophers.
I looked like Anthony Pastorio, number 17, on the tackle on that one.
So Santan Foothills really wanted to come out and set the tone for this game, but they get stopped on a 3-and-out. We're going to see back to punt number 88, Eli Fields. That ball is away. Good punt. Low trajectory. Bounces at the 30-yard line. And that's down to the 28-yard line. So close to 50 yards on that punt. A really good punt there by Eli Fields.
The Gophers' offense is coming out.
And so we'll see what the Gophers can do with their first possession of the game. 3-and-out for Santan Foothills. So do you expect to see a lot of similar play style out of these two teams, running the football, trying to control the line of scrimmage, and really limiting the passing game, making those linebackers commit to the run?
Yeah, I know. We've definitely seen a lot of that from the Gophers this season, much more of a running team. But the great thing is that we've got some outstanding receivers that can catch the ball and get downfield. And, of course, with quarterback Logan Stenson, you always know it's going to be a great game.
It looks like there's a penalty marker down on the field signaled by the referee. That's going to be a holding penalty. That'll back the Gophers up an additional 10 yards. They'll start from their own 17. And one of the defensive players to watch tonight is number 88, Eli Fields, who just punted that football. Two-time 3A Defensive Player of the Week, so looking to make his mark on this game.
Ball's carried by number 3, Adami Barnett.
And David Robeloth and Bo Cotherman combine on the tackle. So short run, gain of about 3 or 4, bringing up second down. Gophers trying to use their speed to get to the outside of that Sabercat line, but nicely defended by the Sabercats. Gophers will come to the line 2nd and 6. And here's the snap handoff up the middle. So again, good penetration by Santan Foothills, but hard running there by Quade Lewis. Gain of about 7 on the play. That's going to be good for a Florence first down. And here's the handoff off the middle again. Quade Lewis, gain of 6 on the play. And it's exactly what we talked about at the beginning of this game. It's exactly what Florence wants to be doing. You know, you might not see those big plays. You might not see those 50 or 60-yard breakaways, but 4 or 5 yards a play is going to get a lot of work done in a game like this.
It is, and tonight we're going to expect to see a lot more from Quade Lewis. We've got Joshua Jackson, who's injured on the sidelines.
See what the Gophers will do with this 2nd and 1 play. Quade Lewis in motion. Here's the snap. Give it to the fullback. And that looks like it might be number 30, Garrett Rainey. No, it's a short gain, but good for a Gopher first down. So good start for Florence so far on this first possession. So far there's a 5-play, 35-yard drive that has a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. See what the Gophers are going to do. Here's the snap. Give it to Quade Lewis. And this time stopped after only a gain of 2. And there's number 88, Eli Field, joining up with Bo Cotherman on the tackle.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7.
You know, we talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast, but you really have to give a shout out to both of these coaching staffs for taking teams that didn't even have the slightest inkling of a playoff run in them based on last year, that are both knocking on the door of a playoff run, and it's a big step forward for both these programs.
It is another first down there. Again, just keep running it from the Gophers.
Ball carrier with number 4, Quade Lewis.
You know, and one of the other good things to see here in the Gila River Bowl is just if you look across the stands, you can see how many students and parents are here from Santan Foothills. The stands here on the Florence side are completely filled. So not only are you expecting a good football game, but getting the community out here and just seeing a good rivalry game like this and everyone coming out is fun to see.
Hey, with it being the 5th annual Gila River Bowl, people are really starting to get behind this one. They enjoy it. They see the trophy. They get the history of it already. It's just going to be a great game.
So we had a penalty on that last play. It's going to back the Gophers up 10 yards. 2nd and 15 from the 35-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun. Give is to Day Neal, but run out of bounds after a short gain. Tried to get that sweep around the outside of the Gopher line, but they really closed it down nicely, and Day Neal ran probably 40 yards to gain 2 on that play.
Yeah, that's a huge stop by the SaberCats. If Day Neal gets free, very, very rarely is he stopped once he gets past the first down marker.
Now here's a big play for the Gophers. 3rd and 11. Santan Foothills with a chance to stop and get the offense off the field. Quarterback back in shotgun. Here's the snap. First passing play. Quarterback getting chased by the Gophers. Ball's up and thrown. Pass intended for number 22, Darren Swain. And a good decision there by the Florence quarterback. Getting chased down, puts the ball where his guy can catch it. It might have gone out of bounds, but really prevented an interception and a big momentum shift, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate to have our sophomore quarterback, Logan Stenson, is able to read the field, attempt those big plays, and then also just protect our team, too.
Number 6, Emilio Soto for Santan Foothills back to receive this punt. Both defenses holding strong on the first drives of this game. And a bit of a wonky snap, but handled by the punter. Once again, a really good punt. Takes a Santan Foothills bounce, rolls out of bounds around the 33-yard line. So big rivalry game. I'm sure the players, they won't admit it, but you have those jitters in a rivalry game like this because you're really competitive with the team you're playing. So you get that first drive out of the way, teams settle in, and now I think you'll start to see both these offenses start to warm up and open up the playbook up.
Yeah, once they find their groove, they just kind of step into it and go to what's normal for them and what's routine. And I think that's what's great about, for sure, the Gopher staff. They've really just been through a season that has been pretty exciting, and to have an undefeated season for a while until we hit that Eastmark game, but to keep kids focused and not to get too cocky or too arrogant, and to make sure that they are just staying focused has been amazing.
Once again, a really good stop there by the Florence Gopher defensive line. And you mentioned this is the fifth annual Gila River Bowl here, and Florence has really taken all of these games here. But a lot of times going into these games, Santan Foothills has been at a real big disadvantage. Florence has usually had really good seasons coming against a team that has struggled, but this game has a different feel to it where any team can win this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty evenly matched tonight.
As number 6, Emilio Soto with the carry.
Maybe 3.
Gain of 3. Good patient running there, looking for the hole, just never developed. The Florence Gopher defense played real discipline there. And we'll see what the SaberCats can do with a 3rd and 11 here on their second drive. Also, a little bit tough to move the ball here for the SaberCats. Dalton Norman back in the shotgun. Play action, throws the ball over the middle. Off the hands of number 88, Eli Fields. Had a sure first down there. That ball was right on the money, and that was just a drop.
Yeah, I think that was really broken up by number 17, Anthony Pastorio. He got his hands in there, created a little distraction. Number 7, Aiden Lopez, also getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure.
And while that play may not be successful, I think the SaberCats can look at that and say maybe there is something there later in the game. Maybe if you can get those linebackers to bite on that play action pass, that might leave Eli Fields open over the middle later in the game. And we'll see Eli Fields back to punt the football.
Ooh, a short punt. Just barely over the 50.
Yeah, it takes a good Santan Foothills bounce, but it is down to around the 43-yard line. And we got 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter. And really, thus far, 8 minutes into this ball game, has really been the story of not so much offense, but the defenses holding down the run game. So 2 3-and-outs for Santan Foothills to start this game. Gophers with their second possession of the ball game. Here's the give up the middle. Good push by the offensive line is gain of 7 on that run play. And Quade Lewis, a good hard runner. You give him the football, and you just see the way that he moves that pile. He finds the hole and runs north and south. Really decisive with his ball carrying.
87 brings up 2nd down and 3.
Let's go, Gopher!
2nd and 3 coming up here for Florence. Another run play up the middle. Short game, but that's going to be good for a Gopher first down.
Ball carrier number 4, Quade Lewis. And here goes the Gophers.
You know, that's one thing that I know Coach Hart has really kind of been preaching, just some old school, hard-nosed running football. Manage the clock, run it out, keep it running, so when that game gets tight.
It's going to be the 4th first down of the game for Florence High School as the quarterback is under center. And that is a good hard count there.
Logan Stinson has been a master of that this season.
And I don't even know who you call that offsides on, because it really was all 3 of the SaberCat linebackers coming across the line there. So that's going to be 1st and 5 now for Florence. Stinson under center. Give up the middle. No gain. Wrapped up by Eli Fields. Looks like it was.
Looked like number 9, Jackson Trinity.
Tackle on play number 88, Elijah Fields. Gain of 1 brings up
Gain of about 1 yard on the play there. 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Gophers. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line of Santan Foothills.
Ooh. Ball is coughed up, but it looks like the referees are going to say he was down.
He was down!
No, he's not down. The signal by the referee is a fumble. A really good run there by the Gophers, but the signal by the referee is a fumble recovered by the SaberCats. And that's why you don't quit on the play right there. You know, the runner had picked up some good yards, got kind of held up there. It looked like maybe number 88, Eli Fields, was in there, and they kept working, kept punching at that ball, and they got a turnover to maybe swing some momentum over to Santan Foothills. So the 2nd drive of Florence stalls with a turnover. Let's see what the 3rd drive for the SaberCats can bring. That give is to number 6, Emilio Soto, and a lot of penalty flags there. A very clear face mask penalty on that tackle right there, and it looks like another flag came in a little bit late. We'll see what that 2nd penalty was. And usually when you see a flag come in late like that, you're thinking something like an unsportsmanlike conduct or a personal foul, something that happened after the play was over. So here's the signal by the referee. Personal foul, face mask called against Florence High School.
A dead ball foul.
So it looks like they did call the face mask penalty. I didn't see what Santan Foothills did to get the personal foul, but they also have a personal foul there against the SaberCats. Those penalties offset. The result of the play is going to be a first down. Eli Fields in motion. Snap to Dalton Norman. And a big run up the middle. He's getting chased down. Run up the middle, almost untouched. Is that number 4 that I see out there? Is that Eugenio Sandoval out there that I see? Or is that number? I didn't see the number out there, but that is a Santan Foothills touchdown with a big 60-yard run right up the middle. And that's just the case of a ball carrier finding a hole and accelerating through it, outrunning the secondary. With 1 minute and 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Extra point attempt coming up here for Santan Foothills. Christian Swatzel ready to kick that extra point, which is up and good.
Extra point is good. Kicker
And the first strike in the 2022 Gila River Bowl is the Santan Foothills SaberCats with a big run up the middle.
in the first quarter. Your score SaberCats 7, Gophers 0.
You know, Mr. Miller, I'm trying to remember, but I think that is the first time the SaberCats have scored first in the Gila River Bowl in its 5-year history.
That's the first time the SaberCats have scored in the last 2 years in the Gila River Bowl. So that's a big play. And for a team that's having a really good season, that so much of this is based on momentum, this is some really good momentum. But this is also where the Gophers need to look inside themselves and say, how are we going to respond to that? They had a nice drive going. They had 4 first downs. It looked like they were going to march at least into some points, either a field goal or a touchdown. A big turnover switches the momentum. 2 plays later, you're down 7-0. You're going to have to figure out how to respond to that as a team. Number 54, Bo Cotherman on for the kickoff duties for the SaberCats. Kick is up. And fielded by the Gophers. A big run up the middle. It's a really nice tackle there by number 16, Daniel Howard. But not after the Gophers pick up 15 yards on that kickoff. Not bad field position to start the third drive of the game here for the Gophers. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line as they look to bounce back from the turnover that led to 7 SaberCat points.
I'm going to look for the Gophers just to stay with what they know, and it's going to continue to be some run plays.
Yeah.
Number 4, Quade Lewis again, stopped but stuffed back.
And it looks like the Santan Foothills defense is playing with a little swagger too. Limited to a 1-yard gain there. But you're right, you stay within your game plan here. It's 7-0. You weren't expecting to give up those points. But you don't panic and change your game plan here, especially because you've had really good success with that run game in this first quarter thus far.
3 tickets for 10.
Come on, offense! Let's go!
2nd and 9 from the 34-yard line for the Gophers. It's like a
Little play action. That's number 11, Tyler Potter, tiptoeing down the sideline. After the contact, gets it down to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good reception there by Tyler Potter. Nice gain for a Florence Gopher first down. And I don't know if that was some miscommunication there. It was a play action. But it looks like the running back and the quarterback ran into one another, and it threw the timing of the play off for a minute, but the quarterback is so good at just keeping his eye down the field, not letting some miscommunication get in his head, and throws a strike there to Tyler Potter. And we're going to throw it again for the Gophers. Reception by number 2, Day Neal.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. We can run the ball and we can play a hard football like that, but when we need to, we can make those big passes.
Yeah.
We've got the receivers to do it.
And one of the other things, that Eli Fields on that play needs to be a little bit careful. He might have hit the quarterback a little bit late. The referee in the backfield kind of eyeballed that like he might have been thinking about going for a late hit on the quarterback. Didn't pull the trigger, but that was really close. Give up the middle, stopped by the defensive line of the SaberCats. Looks like there's going to be 2 yards gained on that play.
Quade Lewis.
And that horn will take us to the end of quarter number 1 as we head to the second quarter. Your score, Florence Gophers 0, Santan Foothills 7.
Cheeseburgers, hot dogs, drinks include Coke products, Powerade, Gatorade, snacks include.
Both teams getting ready to start the second quarter.
And here we go with the start of the second quarter. It is 2nd down and 8 for the Gophers on the Santan Foothills side of the field. Simple run play. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And that's Bo Cotherman making contact at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 on the play brings up 3rd and 7, and a big play for both teams here. It's 3rd and 7. Gophers trying to keep this drive alive and get some points on the board. SaberCats looking to really take control of the momentum of this game with the stop here. So this might be the biggest play of the game so far coming up for both teams. See what the Gophers do with this 3rd and 7. Play action pass. Rolling out.
Stenson's going to run it.
And it looks like he does make the line to gain. And that's a case of a quarterback just outrunning the SaberCat defense.
It is, and that's smartness of Logan Stenson, knowing that this team needed that first down to stay alive, to get some momentum.
Yeah, I'm not quite certain who the receiver, the number 22, possibly Darren Swain, well covered. It looked like it was a designed quarterback rollout to hit that crossing route. Didn't pan out, but made it happen with his legs. Quick wide receiver screen play.
Tripped up by the turf.
Yeah, and it's good for the Santan Foothills fans there, because looks like he could have gotten 7 or 8 yards had he not just slipped up after he received that quick swing pass to the outside.
Yeah, 22 Darren Swain, he can turn it on once he gets that open field.
So 2nd and 9 coming up here for Florence High School. Coming up on the 10-minute mark of quarter number 2. Quarterback lines up in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Passing play.
Number 11, Tyler Potter again.
That's
just short of the first down.
Well-designed pass play right there. Looks like the outside receiver just took the attention of the safety. Tyler Potter settles there in the zone for the reception. Gain of 8 on the play brings up 3rd and short for the Gophers.
That brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 from the 11-yard line. Toss to the running back.
Day Neal with the carry.
Tackled
Gets
at
the first down.
Yeah, tackled at the 2-yard line. That's good for a first down. So
First down.
Sabercats really need to step up the defense here if they plan to hold. It's a tough ask though. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Gophers will have 4 attempts to punch it in here and put some points on the board.
This is where that strong ability to just play hard-nosed, running offense is going to make it happen here.
Everyone here in the stadium knows what this play is going to be. It's going to be a hand up the middle.
Number 4, Quade Lewis with the touchdown.
There is a penalty marker down at the 1-yard line, though. That was thrown during the play there. It's going to be a holding.
Boy, ref, you should like those holding calls.
And that's a holding. It looks like it was called on the left tackle there for Florence. So now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 11-yard line. That gives the Sabercats a little bit of breathing room here and a better chance to stop the Gophers from getting on the board here. But the way the Gophers have been running the ball, still have a real chance here with 1st and goal from the 11. Give it to Quade Lewis. Stopped for no gain on the play. Looks like it was number 4, Eugenio Sandoval, in on that tackle. All right, 2nd down and 10 coming up here for Florence. 7 minutes, 45 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 2. Gophers looking to answer the big run on the last drive.
Day Neal and Tyler Potter on the far side of the field.
That pass is defended by number 54, Bo Cotherman, intended
Gophers.
for number 22, Darren Swain.
Gophers were looking for a little penalty there. Did not get it.
No, and those are bang-bang plays when the defender's coming over the back of the receiver, and referees have to determine, like, did they go through the back? Did they reach over the shoulder? It's a tough call, but that one does not go the way of the Gophers. No pass interference. That's going to bring up 3rd down here.
Logan Stinson drops back.
Oh, he escapes the pressure.
That was beautiful. Right into the end zone. Nearly.
And that's a big drop right there. Tyler Potter had the ball in his hands, and the Gophers had the opportunity there, and it's just an unfortunate missed catch there. But you got
anything positive for the Gophers, it's really that ball wasn't picked off.
One of the things you have to be really impressed with there is how Logan Stenson was able to escape that Sabercat defense. It looked like he was dead to rights a couple times on that play, still managed to roll out and get the pass off.
Number 12, Ty O'Rourke, looking for the field goal.
Kick is up and no good. I mean, it looks like Eugenio Sandoval got in there. Now, he didn't get his hand on the ball there. It looks like it was just kicked low, but you know when the defender is coming around the corner like that, you can get in the head of the kicker and maybe just didn't make solid contact with that ball. And so a big stop there from 1st and goal from the 3 to a missed field goal, which will give the Santan Foothill Sabercats a 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line without giving up any points.
Come on, defense!
Looks like the ball's on the 20-yard line there.
Really a spectacular stance by the Sabercats.
Yeah. But it was a great stand, and it's good to see the momentum if you're a Santan Foothills Sabercat fan, but also you have to be pleased with the way the Gophers fans, pleased with the way they're moving the ball. a couple of unfortunate, the turnover, the missed field goal, but a lot of positives on both sides right now. The big plays by Santan Foothills, the consistent play by the Gophers. 7 minutes left, and this Gila River Bowl is still incredibly tight.
Well, and I think we've seen it too, probably, that there's been a few key penalties, especially on the Gophers, where this last drive, the one here at midfield prior to that, where it could have really been bad for the Gophers. We need to make sure that we're not getting those penalties.
And that run up the middle. Stop short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Santan Foothills here.
Ball carrier number 18, Colton Hoffman.
We'll see what Santan Foothills draws up here, but this is one of the situations where I think you give the ball to your best ball carrier and tell him to run it down the middle and tell those linemen to just block down and get that 1 yard.
Come on, D!
Number 88 in motion.
Give around the corner to number 6, but penalty marker down. Probably going to be a holding there against Santan Foothills, but tackled short of the line to gain. I would anticipate that's probably going to be declined by Coach Hart.
It is that holding call.
Now he's going to accept the penalty, so instead of bringing up that 4th and short, he's going to accept the penalty. Now, it is a 10-yard penalty, and 3rd and 14 is a real low percentage play, but it is 3rd down, so the SaberCats are going to have one more play here to try and make it to the 30-yard line and get that 1st down.
Let's go, defense! Kick it in gear!
So let's see what that Santan Foothills coaching staff draws up here on 3rd and 14. Designed roll. Pass is reception good by number 34, Dallas Samuelu.
Get him off the field, coach!
Going to be short of the line of the game, but we got a penalty marker in the backfield, and tends to be where you see roughing the passer. And that's what the call is. Personal foul, roughing the passer. That's going to be an automatic 1st down for the SaberCats, and that's the risk you take in bringing up 3rd down instead of killing that drive there with 4th and short, because it is going to be a 1st down, and Santan Foothills retains possession of the football. That 15-yard penalty will bring the ball to the 40-yard line. Clock winds with 5 minutes, 31 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 2. Still 7-0 Santan Foothills. Quarterback under center.
That's got to be some. There we go. All over the place.
Yeah. That's going to be a procedure penalty against Santan Foothills for having 2 men in motion there. And it's just the case of 2 players not being on the same page. And as a quarterback, you have a chance to get everyone reset if you can identify that fast enough, not snap the football and get your players reset. You can avoid that penalty, but that was quick, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Santan Foothills. Clock continues to run. And again, a little bit of confusion there on the Santan Foothills offense. Just penalty flags everywhere on that play. A short run on the play, but we had a penalty flag. Looks like it went off with the snap. Another penalty flag during the run. We'll see what the referee says when they sort this one out.
Oh, we got to give props to Big 72 Wrangler Williams. Get in there and stopping the run.
So referee going to talk to Coach Hart there. So it looks like it's going to be both the penalties look like they're going to be on Santan Foothills. It looks like it will be a holding penalty on the back end of that play. Going to be an illegal shift. Maybe a player moving forward at the snap. Okay. The holding penalty is declined. Illegal shift is declined. So it declines both those penalties and brings up a second down, maybe taking a lesson from that last penalty he took. 2nd and 15 from the 35-yard line.
Penalty flags fly again.
And it's raining pink flags tonight.
Both sides of the field.
It's like a false start. Declined.
Yeah. Third down there.
Gopher crowd is getting loud again.
They are. They know this is a big play for Florence here. Big defensive stop. Well defended. Quarterback gives him lots of time.
Ball is tipped.
And the reception is made by number 4, Eugenio Sandoval, tipped by the Gophers into the waiting hands of Sandoval. He goes to the ground, and what a reception that was. Great concentration there by Eugenio Sandoval. And if you're a Gopher fan, your team is doing everything right here, and you're just getting killed by these big plays and these plays that you don't expect to be made.
I'm speechless on that one, Miller.
That was a good catch.
It was a phenomenal catch.
It was like the helmet catch back in the Super Bowl.
Flag is thrown.
And so I think I see the SaberCat strategy here. You want to run the clock out, but you don't have enough field to do it. But if you keep getting these penalties, they'll keep restarting the clock, and eventually you can just hold on to the ball without running another play.
Another false start.
Yeah. Concerning if you're a SaberCat fan, because these are a lot of procedure penalties. This is a lot of just concentration type penalties. Keep making these and you're going to get burned by the end of the game. Quarterback keeper. Dalton Norman keeps the ball after the fake handoff. It's going to be a gain of... Looks like a gain of about 5 on the play. So Dalton Norman gets back the penalty yardage. 2nd and 10 here with 3 minutes left to go in quarter number 2. We got a discussion going on by Coach Hart. Oh, was that another penalty that? I didn't even see that flag.
That's a big one.
I think I've become numb to the flags. Just you don't see them anymore because they're on every play.
Second and 20. Pass thrown over the receiver, incomplete.
Yeah, that's just some miscommunication. Looks like Dalton Norman was expecting Samuelu to break away from the defender. Just tossed it right over his head.
Because he didn't do that. He didn't do what he thought he was going to do.
It's good analysis there, Mr. Haugen.
Third down and 23.
Probably would have been a different outcome if he would have.
Sincerely hope you're not getting paid more than I am for this game. And we got another discussion by the referees. They might be deciding whether or not they should throw a penalty between the plays just to balance this game out.
You know, this is reminiscent of 4 years ago when right here at the Florence High School Stadium, the referees were doing a lot of book clubbing down in the end zones, if you recall.
I recall that. It was our first Gila River Bowl with both of us as principals at our respective high schools, and there were a lot of penalties in that game, and we're just reliving that dream tonight. Third down and 23 for Santan Foothills, 3 minutes remaining. And the give is to number 6, runs to the outside. Chased down by Darren Swain. Good defense by the Gophers. And as you would expect here, timeout called by the Gophers. That'll be their first charge timeout. And they're going to get the ball back here with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. A chance to put some points on the board and maybe tie this game up, maybe get down and give another chance for a field goal. But it looks like Florence will be getting the ball back here.
You threw me with that comment. You said, as you might expect. I thought you were going to say a flag was thrown, but it was not.
It's hard to flag a coach on a timeout call. Just check the odds in Vegas, and there's a 47% chance that we're going to have a penalty flag on this punt. I'm going to go ahead and call an illegal block in the back on the Gophers on this return. Does that look like number 8, Kanan Neal, maybe back there to receive? Punt team for the Sabercats comes out. Once again, it's going to be Eli Fields doing the kicking duties. Snaps away, ball's away. Good kick into the corner by Fields. Oh, and an ill-advised punt reception here. Penalty marker down on the field, though, at the 50-yard line.
Unbelievable.
See what the penalty. Let's see what the referee. Personal foul called against Santan Foothills, but it looks like that's going to be enforced on the end of the kick. So I didn't see what happened that caused that personal foul there, but once again, probably shouldn't have touched that punt return because it was tackled at the 2-yard line, but you're going to add 15 yards there, so it's still not great field position, but it's much better than being buried there against your own goal line.
Definitely saved by that penalty for the Gophers.
So let's see what the Gophers can do with this possession. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. So a 2-minute drill coming up here for Florence High School as they try to put points on the board to close out the first half. Here's the snap. Quick pass to the outside, and good job by Tyler Potter getting out of bounds to stop the clock, preserving that time, preserving those timeouts. I'm looking out into the stands, and I see a giant Tyler Potter head being bandied about by the fans. Second and 5, here's the snap. Throw.
Number 17, Anthony Pastorio.
That's a really good play by the Florence Gophers right there. Now, Pastorio's coming off the field. Looks like he was hurt on that play, but a great reception. And a big chunk play there for the Gophers. 1st and 10. But of course, wouldn't be a play in this game without some form of penalty as we see a false start called against Florence High School.
First down and 15.
Yeah, they can't hear the count. What's the band? Blame it on the band!
1st and 10 from the 15. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Clock continues to run. Here's a snap. Looks like a draw run up the middle by the quarterback. Gain 6, but Angel Ochoa there on the tackle, and a good job of staying home, staying in the middle of the field, spying that quarterback, and making the tackle before too much damage is done. It's going to be a timeout called by the Gophers. I believe that's going to be their second timeout. They'll have one remaining with 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go. Second down coming up. And during this timeout, I presume the referees are going to be talking about what kind of penalties they anticipate coming up on this next play.
Yes, it's a good thing trainer Nick Metz is out there with water, keeping those referees hydrated because their arms are getting a little sore, getting a little tired. Hopefully there's a little Powerade in there, keep their electrolytes up.
You really worry that maybe one of them will tear a rotator cuff or like the tennis elbow. There's a lot of injuries that come up when you throw a lot of flags, so...
Yes, well, luckily we have chiropractor Dr. Lance Mollenhauer here. And, of course, Nick Metz is always here to help out.
And here's the snap. Another pass play for the Gophers. Quarterback steps up in the pocket.
He's going to pick up that first down, gets out of bounds.
Number 18, Colton Hoffman, pushes him out of bounds. And once again, good quarterback play there. You got a pass play, it's well defended. You're not going to do something silly with the ball here to lose your chance at points, and picks up the first down.
Gophers get set. Logan Stinson back to pass. Out to number...
Pass incomplete. Second down.
Looks like number 2, Day Neal.
That pass was a little bit high, and the pass like that, you really want it to come out on a low trajectory, get to the receiver real quick. That one seemed to float in the air, and the defender was closing in real quick there. You never know what's going to happen, but that reception looks like it was going to be well defended, but it is incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10. Pass over the middle. Pass intended for
number 11, Tyler Potter.
Jaden Pacheco.
Crowd wants a flag. No flag on that one, though.
So it's probably a good thing that the fans don't have flags, because I feel like we'd be getting a lot more penalties than we are right now. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Gophers. And that pass is picked off. And still going.
That's number 3.
David Robeloff there. Just well defended there. That pass was headed down the sideline, and Robeloff just went up the ladder, made the interception, and then really difficult to tackle there. First and 10 there for Santan Foothills.
Come on, defense!
1 minute, 18 seconds remaining until halftime. Foothills with one more chance to put points on the board. Anything can happen in 1 minute and 18 seconds, but it looks like the Foothills will be heading into halftime with the lead, barring something out of the ordinary. Here's the snap. Pass intended for Eugenio Sandoval, but really no receiver in the area there. Lucky that one's not picked off.
Number 22, Darren Swain was there.
We go 2nd and 10, and maybe the important thing if you're a Gopher fan there is that incomplete pass will stop the clock with 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining. Still, with Florence only having one timeout left, their ability to control the clock is a little bit limited right now. Here's the snap.
A big defensive stance by the Gophers behind the line again.
And Austin Maselli gets that ball, but that play never had a chance right there. Gophers were in the backfield before any handoff Looks like it had like an option play there. Dalton Norman could have given it to Emilio Soto or the fullback, Austin Maselli, but a little bit of indecisiveness there, and Gophers met them in the backfield, third down.
Clock continues to run down to 38 seconds.
Here's the snap. And another pass play. Complete to Eli Fields, but I have to say, as much of a SaberCat fan as I am, I don't agree with that play right there. Too risky to risk stopping the clock. But Eli
Still
Fields
running.
does go down inbounds, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. I really thought Eli Fields got pushed out of bounds there. I was worried that was going to stop the clock.
I thought he was too.
So here we are at halftime of the 2022 Gila River Bowl. Your score, Florence High School 0, Santan Foothills 7.
Shocking.
But it's exactly what we expected. Lots of running. One big play, the difference in this game, but the reality is both teams playing really well. Florence has made a couple big mistakes that have shifted the momentum, even though just from sitting up here, it seems like they've played the better first half, but those mistakes really have cost them.
Well, and it's come down to defense. Defense is the ones that's made the big plays. That's where the momentum has changed. SaberCats come up big with interceptions.
Well, and the penalties also playing a big role in this right here, where a lot of Florence Gopher defensive stops ended up turning into first downs for the SaberCats. You had the miracle helmet catch. You had the holding call that pushed that 1st and 3rd to a first and goal from the 3 to a 1st and 10 from the 13. You don't come away with points there. You have the decision to bring up 3rd down, and that penalty's called for roughing the quarterback. Those are 3 big moments in the game that all went Santan Foothills' way.
They are.
So that's going to take us to the halftime break. Once again, your score, Santan Foothills 7, Florence 0.
All right, we're just under 20 seconds until the start of the second half. Mr. Miller, we're back into this.
We are.
Gophers are trailing by 7, and that's not a place you want to be.
And you get a feeling anything can happen in this game right here. Florence, despite the penalties and a few mental mistakes and big plays, had a really good first half, and by all accounts are not out of this game. Santan Foothills has, while they're ahead, have lived on the big play, have lived on the penalty coming in at the right time. So, like, anything can happen in this game, especially the way the flags are flying.
Yeah, you know, and I got to suspect Coach Hart had a pretty inspirational speech in the locker room at halftime.
And I think one of the things that we can both agree is, isn't it great that both teams beat Coolidge this year?
You know, that is a unifying truth. We love that.
So I think we can both agree that we want different teams to win this game, but we are definitely unified that we wanted both these teams to beat Coolidge.
Yes, we equally dislike Coolidge.
So here we go. Second half kickoff coming up here. Ball is sent down by Bo Cotherman. Fielded on a hop by the Gophers.
There he's got it turned on the afterburners. Number 2, Day Neal with a little bit of redemption. Out over the 40, down to about the 35-yard line.
And you know, but a penalty marker down on the field. Which you wouldn't have it any other way, not in a game like this. This might be the illegal block in the back that I predicted on the punt. I was just a little early on my prognostication.
Well, that is a $3 word.
And but it's exactly what we talked about in quarter number 1. There's the big play for the Gophers. They've got that big start. They're on the Santan Foothill side of the 50, and there is a pink flag, not a yellow flag, but a pink flag down on the field, illegal block in the back, and now they're once again starting at the 30. Let's see what the Gophers can do with their first possession of the second half.
Start out with those run plays again, straight up the middle.
I think it's worth noting that I do not see a penalty flag on that play. So the result of that play will stand 3-yard gain for the Gophers. But with a 7-0 game, though, you don't have to get out of that running mindset. You're not at the point where you need to get those play-action passes and get those deep passes. You're only down by a touchdown. You can still run the football like your game plan called for.
Well, and I think it's really because both sides of the ball for each team are performing. It's not just an offensive game. It's not just a defensive game. Both sides are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And there it is right there. A good, strong run. Gets the first down. Number 4, Quade Lewis.
Yeah, he got hit with almost no gain, but kept those legs churning, carried the tacklers for another 4 or 5 yards, and that was enough for a Florence Gopher first down. So these drives look very similar to what we saw in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Gophers. Tyler Potter in motion. Snap in the give to Quade Lewis.
Again, number 4. Let's see where they spot this. It could be a first down. If not, it's going to be inches.
Yeah, 2nd and inches is the ruling by the referees there. So good, strong run by Quade Lewis.
Looks a little more like 36 inches, I suppose. That would be 1 yard.
Thank you. I wasn't a math teacher in my days in the classroom, so I needed the help. 2nd and 1 for Florence High School. Potter in motion again. Here's the snap. Crossing. Oh, and a fumble by Potter, but it looks like the Gophers jump on that one. A good crossing route right there. Ball ripped away, and very nearly another big mistake by the Gophers, but they get away with that one, and it will result in a first down.
Number 30, Garrett Grady.
FHS!
Be first and 10 Gophers from the 40-yard line.
FHS!
Florence High School snapping the ball from the 40-yard line of Santan Foothills. Give us the number 2, Day Neal, run to the outside, but he's hit in the backfield and just swallowed up by that Santan Foothills defense. Loss of 3 on the play. Yeah, Gophers are seeing a lot of success running the ball up the middle and really challenging those interior linemen, where those runs to the outside really for both teams are just the defense moving laterally along the field really well, and those swing plays don't seem to be working.
Yeah, for either team.
Second and 12 for Florence High School.
Tyler Potter in motion again.
Back to
Another
that run
hand
up the middle.
Run up the middle.
Oh, and that was a hard hit, and it looks like
Ball carrier number 4, Quinn Lewis.
might have a Gopher down on the play. Oh, he gets a. That was a really hard hit. You could hear it up here. It's good to see that everybody is up and moving after that play. That was just a big run up the middle and a huge collision.
It was. You got to suspect he probably got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah, third down coming up here for the Gophers. So a big key moment in the game here. Gophers looking at 3rd and 7. Here's the snap, passing play. Once again, flushed out of the pocket. It's up and thrown out of bounds.
In the direction of Tyler Potter, but
Well, I mean, it really looks like on those passing plays, the Santan Foothills is doing a good job of getting in the backfield, but the Florence quarterback is so adept at rolling out of the pocket and avoiding pressure. He's getting those passes off. Looks like we're going to have a 4th down play here, kind of in that no man's land. So 4th and 7 coming up. We have a timeout, early timeout, called by Florence High School here. That'll be their first. Maybe a bit of confusion, and this is not the play that you want confusion on. 4th and 7, you're down 7, trying to build some momentum coming out of halftime. Coach Hart calls timeout to get everyone on the same page. So this is kind of a strange yardage here with 4th and 7. You know you can get 7 yards by running up the middle, but you know a good stop here by the Gophers can end that. But you haven't had a lot of success on those pass plays. We'll see what Coach Hart draws up for this 4th and 7. And it's going to be a punt. They elect a punt. Bad snap, but fielded well. Oh, and that is a good
Gopher
punt.
bounce.
That's about as good as you can do with that. Down at the 1 yard line by Florence. And it looks like that could have been broken. The snap didn't quite get to the punter, who fielded really nicely on the one hop. Gophers down it at the 1 yard line, and this is a big moment for Florence here. Santan Foothills trying to get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Foothills pinned deep in their own. Again, a run up the middle. Very little gain.
Way to go, Wrangler!
Gain of 3 brings up
All right.
second down and 7.
So with that gain of 3, you've got a. It's a little bit better for the offense there. You're not quite as deep in your own end zone. Now it's not as risky to run the ball up the middle. It gives you a little bit of breathing room.
Come on, defense!
And there we go. We got another run for a short gain up the middle. That's really what you would expect to see in kind of this position on the field. 3rd down and 3 coming up as Santan Foothills looks to get their first down of the second half.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
Dalton Norman under center.
Gopher fans know that it's a big 3rd down.
Looks like they're trying to draw the Gophers offside there, and
Not going to happen for the Gophers. They are patient, they are disciplined, and they force the SaberCats to take a timeout.
SaberCats.
yeah, good job not jumping offside there by the Gophers. And like,
That's a new level of patience that we're seeing from the Gophers this year.
well, and especially in a situation like that where it's 3rd down, you have a chance to get a big stop. You're down 7, so as a defense, you're really keyed up to stuff that run and make sure you not get a 1st down. And very disciplined football. I didn't see a defensive player flinch on that hard count. So the Santan Foothills coaching staff led tonight by Elliot Weens and Don Krolak in the absence of Coach Mike Carlin tonight. Before the game, a little ceremony for Mike Carlin. We wish him and his family the best. And we know Coach Krolak and Coach Weens coaching well in his stead, players playing hard, and really as competitive as this game is, you really just send your thoughts and prayers out to Mike Carlin and his family.
You know, we were blessed to have Mike Carlin as one of our coaches and one of our teachers here, and so to know that his family's hurting and in a tough spot, we just really think about him. We love Mike Carlin and hope the best for him and his family.
And I think Coach Carlin would be pleased with that quarterback sneak right there. 4-yard gain by Dalton Norman, and that's good for a Santan Foothills 1st down. Norman just found the hole in that defensive line, followed his blockers, and that really well-executed play there by Santan Foothills, resulting in a 1st down.
And penalty-free. Surprisingly penalty-free this second half.
After the first play, yeah, we haven't seen a lot of laundry there on the... Oh, it's another good stop there by Florence. Just like every defender on the Gopher team there figured out where that play was going.
Yeah, it's hard to say who the first man was on that one to make that, because it was really a team tackle.
So no gain on the play. Good job with ball security. Because you know when there's that many players going for the tackle, there's a lot of hands slapping at that football, trying to punch it out. So good ball security, but no gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense! Let's go, defense! Let's go, defense!
Out of the shotgun, here's the snap. Passing play coming up, Santan Foothills. Nice reception there.
Immediately met by a Gopher defender.
Yeah. Throws a little offline. The receiver had to really stop in his tracks and lean to the left, so not a chance to run after the catch there, but a good 8-yard gain on that throw brings up 3rd and manageable. 4 minutes left to go in quarter number 3. This game is going by remarkably fast. Every time you look up at the clock, just a lot of time seems to drain off. And when both offensives are moving the ball by running, you see these quarters just slip away real quick.
Gopher crowd really getting into it. Stopped immediately and pushed back.
Yeah, loss of 1 on the play. 4th down, 30-yard line. We expect to see the punt team coming out here for Santan Foothills. Don't want to take any chances from your own 18-yard line. Eli Fields back to punt once again for the Gophers, having a really good night punting. Really only one punt that didn't hit the mark. All the others have been pretty solid. We'll see what Fields does with this punt. Here's the snap. Kick is away. Low kick. That one heads out of bounds, and that is not a great punt there by Fields.
Out at about the 42. Favorable field position for the Gophers.
Yeah, they'll start this drive on the Santan Foothills half of the field. Yeah, so ball is spotted there at the 42-yard line. 2:54 left to go in quarter number 3. Here, a quarterback under center. Defense set, offense set. Potter in motion.
Hand out to number 4, Quade Lewis.
Yep. And not a flashy run, but you're still looking at a 3 or 4 yard gain on that play.
Hey, and when you're picking up 3 or 4 yards, you only need to do that 2 times before you get a first down.
And that seems to be the norm when they hand the ball off to Quade Lewis. He's not tackled in the backfield very often, so he seems to churn off those 3 or 4 yard runs with regularity, and it puts the Gophers in a good spot for the first down.
Yeah, and really we talk about Quade Lewis on that, but a lot of that has to do with his good offensive line opening up those holes. Reception by Tyler Potter gets the first down.
Yeah, Dallas
down to about the 24-yard line.
Eugenio Sandoval and Dallas Samuelu combining on the tackle, but not after the first down. Gophers move the ball down to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 as they look to match the SaberCats on the scoreboard, still trailing 7-0 in this 2022 Gila River Bowl. Here's a snap.
Fakes the handoff to...
And once again, good coverage downfield. Tackle made after a 3-yard gain. And again, we've said it all night with Logan Stenson. The good coverage down the field by the SaberCats. He's got nowhere to throw the ball, but he's so good on his feet that he turns those plays that for other teams would be a sack and turns it into a 3 or 4 yard gain for the Gophers.
Well, and you got to think he's seeing something out there. If all of his receivers are covered, he knows that there's an opportunity for him to make a run.
But you got to credit the Santan Foothills SaberCat defense, giving him nowhere to throw the football. And that's really been the case all night. Second down, give up the middle to Quade Lewis. And you see both teams trying to push the pile.
You know what I like when Quade runs the ball is that he runs up the middle, he hits somebody while he's running and keeps going. He's not stopped. And
in on that tackle was number 54, Bo Cotherman. I had the pleasure of wrestling Bo Cotherman in sumo orb balls at one of our pep assemblies, and let me tell you, as a linebacker, he knows how to hit. So we see a Gopher first down on that run, tackled at the 10-yard line. So in that pep assembly, I told Bo Cotherman that I wanted to practice. And in the practice round, I did pretty good. I'm old, and my knees hurt a little bit, but I thought I could hold my own. And when 850 students packed that gym, it was clear that Bo Cotherman was holding back, and his only goal was to embarrass me in front of the entire student body.
The student body was your kryptonite.
I believe it was.
Yes.
I was also tired from the practice round, in full disclosure. 1st and 10 here for the Gophers. Quarterback keeper, nice cutback. That was a good cutback, but David Robeloth just saw that coming. It's still a 2-yard gain, but Robeloth easily could have overrun on that cutback, but good defensive positioning. Stop for a short gain. 2nd and goal from the 6.
Just about 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. See if the Gophers can get one more playoff before the buzzer rings. It looks like they're going to wait this one out and move on down to the other side of the field.
So a low-scoring game here. We head to the 4th quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break here. Your scores, Santan Foothills 7, Florence 0.
All right, we're back in the beginning of the 4th quarter. Gophers have the ball. 2nd and 6. Tyler Potter in motion.
It's the run up the middle.
Number 4, Quade Lewis again.
And he gets that 3-yard gain that he's so accustomed to. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. See if the Gophers get a little bit fancy and try and do something other than that run up the middle, or if they go with what brought them here. Third and 3, 3-yard line. Here's the snap. Oh, quarterback keeps the ball, but he is knocked out of bounds just short of the line to gain. This is going to be a big play coming up here. Fourth and goal, 1-yard line, chance to tie or make this game closer, 11:06. You know the defense is going to be keyed up for this one. Expect to run up the middle here from Quade Lewis is my prediction.
I will disagree. It's going to be a pass to number 11, Tyler Potter.
All right, let's see what happens here. Give us to Quade Lewis. Stop short of the line to gain. Oh, no, signals a touchdown. Yeah. Oh, the referees are going to talk this one out, it looks like.
Of course they are.
Oh, this is a big call here, Mr. Haugen. Oh, you have a little bit of disagreement. The far side official signaled touchdown. The near side signaled not in the end zone.
You know, this is very reminiscent of, was it your guys' first game against Benson?
Oh, you had to bring up the
referees
Benson
did it
game.
again.
Referee still talking about this one. And the
There
signal
it
is touchdown.
Gophers.
Yeah, very reminiscent of that Benson game where video footage showed that there clearly was a fumble and touchdown was no good. But this one, once again, a touchdown, and here's a chance to tie the game here for Florence pending this extra point. Here's the snap. Oh, a false start there. A little shimmy shake there by the Florence Gophers, it looks like. And that's not what you want to see right here with a chance to tie this ball game. It's going to make this extra point a little bit more difficult. Back them up 5 yards on this extra point try. So here we go. 25-yard extra point coming up here for the Gophers. Snaps away. Kick is up. No good. That looked close. It was high enough, it was deep enough, but it looked like it went right over that left upright. Signaled no good by the referees. And that's a big missed extra point here with 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
That is not normal for Ty O'Rourke.
Yeah, the field goal attempt didn't seem to be struck well. That one came off his foot pretty low. That extra point looked like, and from where I'm sitting here, which admittedly is a bad angle for an extra point, that 5 yards probably made the difference in whether that kick was good or not.
I would agree with that statement.
And here we are, 7-6. Santan Foothills clinging to a 1-point lead here in the 2022 Gila River Bowl. As Foothills lines up to receive the kickoff. It's been a really good game thus far. We have 11 minutes left to go in a competitive game, hard fought, and one of the things that I enjoy about this game is the spirit of good sportsmanship on both sides, where this is a very competitive game, but great sportsmanship by both the Gophers and the SaberCats.
A deep kick. Takes a good bounce for the Gophers.
And tackled at the 10-yard line, and didn't look like the kickoff receiving team there for Santan Foothills was back very deep, and that kick went sailing over their head. Really, I think pretty fortunate to have the ball at the 10-yard line, because that really could have been disastrous if that ball wasn't fielded cleanly.
That is true. They need to respect our kicker.
Maybe the extra point gave him a false sense of security there. All right, we'll see what this Gopher offense can do. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Just under 11 minutes left to go in the ball game. 1-point lead for Santan Foothills. Dalton Norman under center. Here's the snap. No gain on the run. That no hole opens up for Austin Maselli. 2nd and 10 for Santan Foothills. Clock continues to wind down for the 2nd down play. Here's a snap. Picking and choosing his holes. 5-yard gain. Didn't quite see who had that. I think it was number 6. Looks like Emilio Soto was the ball carrier on that. Good patient running. Slips through that Gopher defense for a 5-yard gain and sets up a 3rd down play.
Yeah, I think there was a little confusion about who exactly did have the ball. It looked like it could have been one of 3 different people.
Big play for both teams. Florence looking to get the ball back. Foothills looking to keep the momentum going, keep this clock running. Passing play. Oh, and let's see where that ball is spotted. Jaden Pacheco on the reception. And that is a 1st down. They needed 5 yards. They got 5 yards. Really good on-target throw by quarterback Dalton Norman. Pacheco with the reception. Clock continues to run, ticking under the 9-minute mark. Ball on the 23-yard line, 1st and 10, Sabercats.
Taking a bit of time here in the huddle.
And we're going to shotgun snap.
Risking a delay of play. Oh, just barely gets it off.
Delayed handoff up the middle. Once again, a nice gain for the Sabercats. Soto, 6-yard gain on the play. And from the shotgun, that was a really good delayed handoff there. Just long enough to pull those linebackers into the secondary before handing the ball off to Soto, who runs through the line. Gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4. Now under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Still a 1-point lead for Santan Foothills with control of the ball. And that is going to be what looks like a false start called against Santan Foothills. The left side of that offensive line jumped just enough to draw the flag. So what was 2nd and 4 now becomes 2nd and 9.
Seven and a half minutes left in the 4th.
Then out of the snap, here's a passing play. Big number 88, Eli Fields with the reception. It's going to be a 16-yard gain, and Eli Fields is such a weapon. He's a big, tall kid. He's strong. He's great on defense. He's an outstanding tight end and had a big drop in the 1st quarter, but sure-handed on that one as he brings another 1st down to Santan Foothills. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line as we're at the 7:17 mark of quarter number 4. Handoff up the middle, stopped. No gain on the play. Dallas Samuelu with the carry. And while there is no gain on the play, you do get that clock moving again. 6 minutes, 45 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Let's see what the coaching staff, once again led by Don Krolak and Elliot Weens there on the Sabercat sidelines, come up for this big 2nd down play.
The Gopher defense needs to step up here, needs to make a big play.
Deep pass intended for Eli Fields, but that is way too far for anyone to catch. And well defended there by the Gophers. Like Eli Fields, a big target, but when you're double covered on the outside, you have two defenders and you have the sideline creeping up on you. That play never had a shot, and that stops the clock. Here we go, 3rd and 10 coming up for Santan Foothills.
You know, I got to wonder if the SaberCats quarterback is really just locked in on number 88 Fields. When he's double covered, that means there's got to be somebody else who's open.
And that's going to draw a personal foul.
There's another one.
And referees get in there, and another flag comes out late. And another flag. Definitely a lot to sort out there. That first personal foul on the suplex was pretty obvious, and definitely a poor reaction by the SaberCats, and it looks like there was a lot said because that was a lot of late flags coming in there. So there's going to be a lot to sort out on this 3rd and 10 play right here, but really both teams losing their composure on that play.
Well, and it's a tight game. We're getting close to the end. Both teams want to win. SaberCats can feel that close victory.
Judging by when those flags came out, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 4 personal fouls and possibly an ejection after that confrontation. You saw the initial tackle drew the flag. You saw a hat come in, which means the referee was throwing a second penalty. And then the back judge came in and the referee came in with some additional flags, and those were pretty late. So
there's so many flags on this one that they turned yellow, actually.
But we've been giving the referees a hard time all night, but I will say every flag I saw there was probably justified.
Absolutely.
So we see the referee heading over to the Santan Foothills sideline to explain what the call is to, looks like Coach Krolak, clearly a little fired up there on the side. And really on both teams, you understand the rivalry. You understand the moment of this game right here. And the Gophers made a mistake, and the Santan Foothills has that 15-yard penalty, but then Santan Foothills makes a mistake, and now that's offset. And now you have a little bit of chaos because both teams know that they made a mistake, and it's really going to cost both teams something here.
Still waiting to see what the final calls are going to be here.
And the interesting thing here is I'm not completely sure about this rule, so I could be incorrect. But if you have the 15-yard penalty, that was a live ball foul, that's going to be enforced. After the play, all of those personal fouls will offset one another, but you still enforce the live ball foul, and you can hear the Florence crowd poorly reacting to that. But that first penalty was during the play, so that'll be enforced. Everything else will offset after that. And that will result in a first down for Santan Foothills with 6:17 remaining.
This is going to be critical.
So there's the signal for the personal foul, live ball foul, and that is enforced. Then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Florence. And there's a player ejected, unsportsmanlike conduct against Santan Foothills. So it looks like we have Florence player ejected for unsportsmanlike. Santan Foothills player called for the unsportsmanlike. I didn't see the ejection signal there. And the 15-yard live ball foul enforced. That brings the ball to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Santan Foothills.
Coach Hart is now having a discussion with the referees.
And there is a lot to sort out here. Like on both sides, you want to get an explanation. As big as those calls were, you need to get that explanation from the referee to find out. Like,
well, and it's because this game has.
And he might have won that argument.
And it probably comes down to that there were so many personal fouls.
I'm not going to lie, I might not know what happened. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not it's first down or third down now, though. So I think Coach Hart is talking to the referee again. I think he's trying to say that they should be pushed all the way back to the practice field behind the end zone. And the players are lining up to play, and there is not a referee in position for this upcoming snap. I'm not going to lie, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
I don't either. I think there's an argument over which down it should be.
Now, the down marker says first. It was third down, so that was a 3rd and 10 play at the time. Down marker says first, but you don't know whether they moved it because of the initial call, which would have made it a first down, or the reversal of that call that brought it back. And that's 15 yards beyond where the ball was snapped originally.
Athletic Director Sean Clough is getting involved now.
When you see an NFL game on Sunday, they often call NFL referees mainstay Mike Pereira. Does anyone have his number? Maybe we could get some feedback on what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think I've got that number.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, you got to give it up for the referees. This is a mess of a call that they've had to deal with, and they're doing their best to get it right. They're listening. They're having the discussion. They're not letting things just go. They want to make sure they're doing the right thing.
Well, and you have to do the right thing because you have to calm this down, because what we haven't really talked about is emotions are high on both sides, and you can't let this game get out of hand. And the ball is going to move back 15 yards forward. And end up at the 40-yard line where the original line of scrimmage was. And it's going to be first down, 1st and 10 from the 40. And massive confusion. But the ball is signaled ready for play, and here we go. Give is to number 4. Penalty marker comes in.
The backfield.
That's a big run by Eugenio Sandoval.
But it's going to come back.
But you want to get ready for the holding call. As he makes his way into the end zone, you can see the blue smoke coming out from the packed student section across the way. But this ball will be coming back for that holding call.
There's a flag behind. There's also a flag down towards the 10, I believe.
So we'd commented earlier that there weren't a lot of flags, and I think it was really just the pressure building so that there could be a explosion of flags on a series of about 2 or 3 plays. And
yeah, that was nuts.
No. And that was a brilliant run called back, but that flag came out early. So instead of a touchdown, you've got a 1st and 20, under 6 minutes to go, 1-point game. So let's see what the Gophers drop on this 1st and 20. Momentum swinging just unbelievably back and forth between these teams right now.
Yeah, the crowds are getting live. The temperature's getting colder, but this place is heating up.
Toss play to number 34. Trick play. Trick play worked, but off the hands
Just
of
out
Emilio
of his
Soto.
fingertips.
That was an interesting play, and Soto was uncovered, but couldn't haul in the pass.
The Gophers are lucky on that one.
Very creative play call design there by the Santan Foothills coaching staff. Clock stopped with 5 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. Here's the snap.
Drops back
Passing
to pass.
play.
Pump fake.
Good footwork.
Gets it.
The reception is made over the middle by Eugenio Sandoval. That is some good footwork by Dalton Norman, dodging those players in the backfield. It's a 17-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down that is once again manageable here by Santan Foothills. Really great quarterback play out of Dalton Norman. Throw is on the money and a great catch.
Hey, let's go, Gophers!
Play call coming in, 3rd and 3. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. And a timeout called by Santan Foothills. And what an unbelievably crazy series of play here on this possession here for Santan Foothills. We have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in 5 minutes.
It really is. You've got what would have been a touchdown for the SaberCats called back on a holding call on the line. You had the crazy sequence of personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that resulted in a player ejection on the Florence High School side.
Yeah, that ended up in a SaberCat 30-yard gain, then a 45-yard loss, and then back to the original line again.
With a first down.
What the heck?
But I think a lot of that came down to the timing of the calls. Now, once again, I'm no referee, but that first call being called as a live ball foul, with the ensuing calls being called as personal fouls, I think had a lot to do with that. But I think what's missing was the referees needed to hold the ball, explain the call, and then just move the ball once. That's what caused a lot of confusion and reaction from both crowds as the ball was moving back and forth without really any explanation.
Huge 3rd down and 3.
3rd down coming up here for Santan Foothills.
The Gopher stands are rocking. He breaks
And there's
through.
that run again. Quarterback keeps the football. Big gain. That fake handoff to Eugenio Sandoval just fooled that Gopher defense. It looks like he got tackled by 3 defenders, but he didn't have the ball. And out popped Dalton Norman on the far side. 40-yard gain. First down with 4:25 remaining, and that was a big play by the SaberCats. SaberCats looking to hand Florence High School their 2nd loss of the season. Still a lot of time left in this game, so it's definitely not over, but that was a big play and a big statement by the SaberCats.
You know, you love it when those games actually mean something and have implications, but man, it's tough because this game has a lot of implications.
Handoff is to number 4. Gain of about 5 on the play. Good carry there by Eugenio Sandoval. It looks like he was tackled a little bit short of that 5-yard mark. Gain of about 3. Most importantly, tackled inbound as that clock continues to tick below 4 minutes to play. Play call comes in from the sidelines. Let's see what the Gophers can do to stop this Santan Foothills onslaught. Using
Cats are
every bit of the
risking a
play
delay
clock.
game.
Quarterback option. Run up the middle. Tackled at the 8-yard line. That was a really good read option by the quarterback. Emilio Soto carries the ball up the middle. Gophers on this drive really struggling with that read option. They handled it well the entire game, but a few big gains by the SaberCats. And Santan Foothills poised to put more points on the board here with 3 minutes remaining. But just like we saw on the other end of the football, you know, this game could change on an interception, on a fumble, on a big penalty. So not over by any means, but Santan Foothills.
Getting into the red zone doesn't mean you're guaranteed a touchdown in this game, that's for sure. One score apiece for each team.
Foothills hands the ball off to the outside.
Dodges tackles. There's a swarm. Stopped at about the 2.
And a good stand there by the defense. When Soto popped out around the 5-yard line, it looks like he had the momentum to get in, but the Gophers stand him up. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. And most importantly, that clock continues to tick down with every second. That makes it more difficult for the Gophers, especially if Santan Foothills is able to push this ball in for a touchdown. You have very little time left to mount your comeback.
This is what we've talked about since the beginning. It's that time management.
Quarterback keeper.
He stopped short.
Oh, and once again, gain that needed 2 yards, gained 1 3/4.
I'm going to go with 1.5 on that.
And we're going to have a timeout called by the Gophers there. With 3rd and 1 from the goal line here, you know, Coach Hart doesn't want to let that clock drop below 1 minute and risk going down by 2 scores with less than a minute left. So smart timeout here, but anything can happen at this point. Looking at Santan Foothills, trying to punch the ball in from just inches away from the goal line.
Well, you know, if those Gophers get this ball back here and you're down to 1 minute, it really limits what your play call is. You know, you're looking at pass plays, you're looking at hopefully a great kick return.
You know, Coach Hart has one more timeout here, so presumably if they are able to stop the Gophers on a run play, keep them out of the end zone, Coach Hart would probably use his last timeout, force either a field goal attempt or a 4th and 1 attempt into the end zone.
You know, it looks a little bit like some of these NFL games we've seen in the last few weeks where you got to wonder, is it better to let them score because we're within 1 score? Let them score so we can maintain our clock. Or do we go for the stop and try to get the turnover on downs and have 99 yards to go?
These are the moments where your coaches really make their money. So these are big decisions from both teams. What play to run? What do you do with clock management? There's a lot of stress on both of these coaches right now in a game that's a big rivalry like this one. Here's the snap. Keeper up the middle. Touchdown SaberCats, and the Santan Foothills student section going crazy with their blue powder keg going off over there. Touchdown is good by the SaberCats. 7-point lead with 1 minute 32 seconds to go, and an extra point attempt coming up here by Santan Foothills. Quite a different Gila River Bowl than we've seen over the last few years, with Santan Foothills poised to take home this victory.
You know, I like the excitement, but I don't like the storyline.
I didn't figure you would, but it's a big win. And not a win yet. I'm not ready to call this one, but This would
Yeah, I
be
don't
a
think we
big
should.
win for the team. Kick is up and good.
A lot of work here needed by the Gophers. We got to get down, score, and get the 2-point conversion.
14-6, so 1 minute 32 seconds. All hope is not lost, as this is still a one-possession game. But back against the wall, 1:32 left, one timeout remaining for Coach Hart. Staring down his being the coach to lose the Gila River Bowl for the first time in Florence High School history. And really, if you think about it, your first loss as a principal at Florence High School, if this score stands.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
I want to make sure that the fans have really the full scope of what could be happening here in only 92 seconds.
You know, when I was a kid, my cat got ran over. You want to talk about that too?
So, Mr. Hagen, when you were a kid, your cat got ran over. Do you care to share that story while we have a break?
We're going to look for a big run back here. The Gophers have been pretty successful this whole season with some big kick returns.
And the thing is, while we joke about it, you can't get too complacent because there are 92 seconds left, and Florence has proved that they can move the ball. And they have a chance here. We'll see what they're able to muster. The Santan Foothills defense has held strong all night. They've bent, not broken. Here's the kick.
A short squib kick.
Oh.
Picked up at midfield,
You,
covered up, confident.
and that's exactly what we're talking about here. You wonder the logic behind that. I don't know if it was miskicked or an actual onside kick attempt, but a strange decision there by the Santan Foothills coaching staff as they'll give Florence the ball at the 49-yard line.
90 seconds, 49 yards. This is doable. You can see the sidelines of the Gophers getting fired up.
Yeah.
Their players are amping up.
One timeout, 49-yard line, 1st and 10, 1:30. Here we go.
Logan Stenson out of the shotgun.
Looks to pass.
Tyler Potter with the reception.
With the
Hurries it
reception,
back,
tackled
runs it to the
immediately.
referee.
Second down.
To Day Neal. There he goes. That's what we're looking at seeing. Down to about the 8-yard
Neal
line.
down to the 8-yard line. Day Neal is hurt on the play, so we are going to have a timeout on the field. And it's like we talked with 92 seconds left. While it wasn't looking good, there was time for something to happen. And now here you are with 73 seconds left, timeout on the field. But the Gophers are in a position to put points on the board.
Yeah, and just like you said, you're not good at math. It's 63 seconds left.
Well played, Mr. Haugen.
You're welcome.
So athletic trainers tending to Day Neal. Now, I'm not certain whether or not he was tackled inbounds or out of bounds, but I believe if the clock was running with that injured player, that would be Coach Hart's final timeout called. I haven't seen a signal by the referees, though.
I have not seen that either.
So,
I got to suspect the referees are being very cautious with their calls in the last 63 seconds.
So as we go into this final minute plus,
Minute 3.
minute 3, I'm not certain whether Coach Hart has another timeout as we come back from this injury, but either way, a minute and 3 seconds is an eternity when you have a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Gophers should have 4 chances to punch this in. And still a lot of work to do, but Gophers in a much better position than they were 30 seconds ago. And Day Neal will get up. It's good to see him walking off under his own power. Gophers make their way to the line.
It would appear that he got out of bounds. The clock was stopped. Logan Stenson.
Oh, good sure tackle there.
Gophers hurry back to the
Number
line.
34, Dallas Samuelu. Great tackle, staying home. Clock is running. 2nd and 11. Off the fingertips there of
And you
Tyler.
can hear both sides just getting loud. The SaberCats are loud because it was a dropped pass. The Gophers are loud because it's a dropped pass.
And however this game ends, you have to admit this has been a fun 2022 Gila River Bowl.
This has been the best Gila River Bowl we've had.
And it's not over yet. 37 seconds left. 3 minutes. 3rd and 11. Gophers out of the shotgun. Quarterback throws the football.
Oh my gosh! Logan Stenson under pressure, being dragged down, throws it down, gets the touchdown.
And the flag down in the end zone, but I think that's going to be a pass interference call against Santan Foothill. So I think this play is going to stand from what I've seen up here.
That is unreal.
But that catch was made. It looked like Logan Stenson was going to get sacked. It looked like he got out of pressure. We're going to have to see what that penalty flag is, but it does look like it's going to be against Santan Foothills. Can't see who that player down in the end zone is. But an incredible series of play, but you curb your enthusiasm a little bit here as we tend to the injured player. A lot to talk about when we come back, but just an excellent series of plays there by really both teams. It ends with a touchdown, but two really big plays by the Gophers and moving the ball down the field. The play by Day Neal, the reception in the end zone. Good defensive plays on those on the pass defense. And here we are, 14-12, pending a 2-point conversion attempt by Florence. And it looks like it's number 22, Darren Swain. He's being helped off the field. We just hope that young man is okay. But the signal by the referee is a pass interference call against Santan Foothills. With the reception, that penalty was declined. Play of the game coming up right here. 2-point conversion attempt.
You know, at halftime, I went into my office and grabbed a Monster Energy drink. I don't know that I needed it.
Here's the play.
And it's tied up. The 2-point conversion
is good.
Miller.
And that will tie the ball game with 29 seconds.
Unreal.
The party that Santan Foothills was having on the other side is now shifted over here to the Gopher sideline.
You know, you got to think, if the Gophers pull this one out, Logan Stenson gets the MVP of the game. That was an amazing pass.
And really, you don't like to second guess the coaches, but you really question that field position, not kicking the ball off and giving the football to Florence on the Santan Foothills side of the 50.
Yeah, what was it, 2 plays?
Yeah.
49 yards, 2 plays.
But But just like we said a moment ago, this ball game is definitely not over now because there's a tie ball game. But Foothills has shown that they can put together the big play. They're going to look to do that here, but you know Gophers are going to be trying to defend those deep pass plays. .29 seconds left, tie ball game. We don't know who is going to come out victorious, but we can say that this has been probably the best Gila River Bowl in the history of this rivalry.
I would agree with that. Number 12, Ty O'Rourke, gets ready to kick it off.
And here's the kickoff. Not a bad run back there for the SaberCats. 39-yard line, 25 seconds remaining. First and 10 coming up for Foothills. They should have 2 timeouts remaining if I'm not mistaken. So with 2 timeouts remaining, they can still work the middle of the field, but you got to be very cognizant of that clock and not making a big mistake and throwing an interception.
I got to wonder how cautious the Gopher defense is going to be. Are they going to play deep and prevent those passes, or are they going to continue to try to stop those runs?
And all you need is a field goal here, so you don't necessarily need a touchdown, although, you know, high school football always has it's an adventure in the kicking game. Here's it.
Drops back to pass, gets wrapped up. Number 72, Wrangler Williams.
No.
Ooh, we have injured.
And it looks like that's Dalton Norman that's down. He may have hit his head on the play there, so. They're going to tend to quarterback Dalton Norman with 13 seconds remaining, but looks like he hit his head pretty hard while he was going to the turf, so. Both of these teams really fortunate to have just great athletic trainers. So you know that whether it's Darren Swain on the touchdown play or whether it's Dalton Norman here on this play, high quality care given to these athletes from both of these football teams.
Yeah, we are both very fortunate to have some outstanding athletic trainers. And even better, I think, I know you guys have had it for a while. We just started it this year, but just starting a sports medicine class and having these trainers teach our kids and show them the ropes and get them involved in that, it's awesome.
Absolutely. Having those kids, it's a skill that it's like so transferable. And students get that education if they want to go into nursing, if they want to be a doctor, if they want to be a physician's assistant. It's a program that feeds a lot of those high-end medical professions, and that's what we're really trying to do is kind of a public education system. How do you get these students ready for those kind of careers?
Right. Good to see Norman is walking off on his own. Hopefully he is all right.
And now a really rough spot here for the SaberCats. Now, it is still a tie ball game, but looks like they're going to be trying to score without the help of their starting quarterback, Dalton Norman, who has been absolutely fabulous in this game.
Clock is running.
Chris Speck takes over at quarterback.
They're going to go for the big play at the end.
Here's the throw. Eli Fields with the reception, but that clock has ticked to 0.
Going to overtime.
We are going to overtime.
That's the Gila River Bowl, baby.
And so for the first time in Gila River Bowl history, these teams head to overtime. There is, in fact, overtime in the Gila River Bowl, so we're going to be going to the overtime period. And if I'm not mistaken, it works a lot like college rules where both teams will have the opportunity to possess the ball first and 10, I believe from the 25-yard line. It's been a while since I've seen an overtime game.
From his family for Ernie, happy birthday. Tomorrow is his birthday. Happy birthday, Lord.
So referees are talking about the rules for overtime amongst themselves as we get the 1-minute break between fourth quarter and overtime. But what an incredible game, and you got to give your hats off to Florence. You know, you don't give up, and like as much as we talked about it here, 1 minute and 32 seconds is an eternity in football in a one-possession game, and Florence Gophers took every advantage to tie this ball game up.
They do. And again, that's the discipline. That's the focus. This team has shown that all year long. It's a little thing I like to call grit. Referees continue to talk it over at midfield. Captains are meeting at the center of the field as we get ready to start the coin flip for overtime. Gila River Bowl 2022.
Yeah, I don't know that I can handle this here, Mr. Haugen. This has been just a well-played game all around. A few mental mistakes on both sides, but here we are, 14-14 with the start of overtime period number 1.
It would look like the SaberCats won because they were trying to find out if they should defer or...
So we're going to see the results of this coin flip right now. Looks like the Gophers have won the coin toss. They should elect to play defense here. So we're going to be playing at the north end zone. SaberCats will start on defense. So it's similar to college overtime rules where both teams will have a chance to possess the ball. In high school, I'm not sure where the ball's spotted, so we'll have to see where the referees place the ball. I think it's the 25-yard line.
For overtime, each side gets 4 downs, starting at the 10-yard line.
No, 10-yard line, not the 25-yard line. So looks like he'll be First and goal from the 10. Both teams will possess the ball in the north end zone. We get ready to start overtime period number 1. Anything can happen here. No time on the clock. All untimed downs. Handoff up the middle.
Number 4, Quade Lewis.
5-yard gain. Looks like we might have a number 54, Bo Cotherman for the SaberCats. Seems to be limping. But he's going to stay on the field. 5-yard gain for Quade Lewis. Pretty typical of him all night. Second and goal from the 5 coming up for Florence. Here's the snap. Give up the middle. Short gain. Tackle made at the 3-yard line. Third and goal from the 3.
Gain of 2 brings up third down and 3.
Gophers head back to the line. Here's a pass play, roll out to the right. Quarterback keeps the ball, dodges the tackle. Tackled out of bounds, no gain. That tackle made by number 66, Roy Kimball Martin. Fourth down. Field goal team coming out here for Florence. It's a big field goal. We know.
To date, this could be the biggest kick of his season.
It could be. A little bit closer than the extra point that he missed over the left upright. This one's on the right hash. Here's the snap. Kick is up. And good.
He drains it.
So the field goal is good. This is the Gophers take the first lead of the ball game. Haven't led since kickoff, but here they are, 17-14.
They lead when it matters.
So we'll see what the Santan Foothills SaberCats can do with their possession. They get a chance to tie or win here. And that is number 14, Christopher Speck, coming out at quarterback. So Dalton Norman, the quarterback that got you all the way here on the sidelines.
Tough spot for the SaberCats with a young
Here's the snap.
quarterback.
Speck with the throw. Well, touchdown is good. Reception made by Santan Foothills in the end zone. That's number 88, Eli Fields. No penalty markers down on the field. Santan Foothills, with that reception, will win the 2022 Gila River Bowl. And
wow.
And how about the bravery of that coaching staff? Chris Speck comes in for 2 plays on the second play of the game when your starting quarterback out on concussion protocol, throws the ball into the end zone. Reception made by Eli Fields. And this Gila River Bowl, for the first time in Florence Unified School District history, will head to Santan Foothills.
17-20. SaberCats take it in 2022.
And for everything that happened tonight, both teams have a lot to be proud of.
Wow, that was a great game.
It was. So, your final score here from Florence High School, Florence 17, Santan Foothills 20. Victory coming in overtime. Santan Foothills now 8-3 on the season with their first ever Gila River Bowl win. Any final thoughts there, Mr. Haugen?
Looks like I'll be seeing you next week to present that trophy.
Yes, you will. We will work out the details later. But now, on behalf of the staff and students at Santan Foothills High School, and behalf of the students of Florence High School, thank you for joining us for tonight's game.
Congratulations, SaberCats.
And a well-fought game by the Gophers.